It's time for Dodger Baseball. Live from Dodger Stadium, KCAL 9 presents the Dodgers as they take on the St. Louis Cardinals. Hi, everybody, and a very pleasant Saturday night to you, wherever you may be. Last night a dandy as the Dodgers gave up the tying run in the ninth and then won it in the bottom of the ninth, 6-5. And tonight, Clayton Kershaw will go up against Jake Westbrook. For Clayton Kershaw, it's almost an anniversary. On May the 25th, 2008, he made his big league debut against the St. Louis Cardinals. And for St. Louis, Jake Westbrook on the mound, he is 0-1 against the Dodgers. 0-1 is right. It's back in 2003. He spent 11 years with the Cleveland Indians. So Game 2 of the three-game series between two front-running ball clubs, the Cardinals and the Dodgers, St. Louis ahead of Cincinnati, and the Dodgers trying to stay in front of the Giants. We'll get to the ball game. We'll have a whole lot more coming up right after this.
First.
Things are looking up here at Dodger Stadium. Another lovely summer's evening and the prospects of another wildly exciting ball game between two division leaders. Mike Matheny and the Cardinals come in with a record of 22-17, 2.5 in front of the Cincinnati Reds. The Dodgers, meanwhile, with a record of 26-13, 6 games in front of the Giants. For the St. Louis Cardinals, their lineup stacks this way. It'll be Rafael Furcal at short, Carlos Beltran hitting in the number 2 slot, and we talked about that last night. Last night he hit 4th. We'll tell you more about it. But Beltran hitting second. Matt Holliday is in left field. Lance Berkman at first base. David Freese at third. Yadier Molina behind the plate. Tyler Green at second base. Shane Robinson in center field. And Jake Westbrook on the mound. On the mound for the Dodgers, Clayton Kershaw with a record of 3-1. He is 1-1 against the Cardinals last year. You may remember on the 25th of May, 2008, Clayton Kershaw made his major league debut here against St. Louis. Last time out, tough loss. 2 runs on 5 hits in 8 innings, and the Giants were able to beat him. That was the night where he struck out 7, didn't walk anybody, and they still hung an L on him. Well, Rafael Furcal, old pal, who was with the Dodgers from 06 through 09, went to Albuquerque, came back to be with them in 10 and 11. Now a grizzled veteran in April 22nd against Pittsburgh. He racked up 1,500 games in his career, and 2 days later he scored against the Cubs to give him 1,000. Tries to lay off on a high fastball, and he can't do it, and they count 0-1. Furcal hitting .360, and he's been a top leadoff hitter by far. Strike 1 pitch is foul back, and they count 0-2. So Clayton Kershaw going after Furcal, Beltran, and Holliday. On a lovely evening, the temperature right now 67 degrees. Dodgers are heading over to Arizona. It'll be as high as 108 over there. Furcal swings, bangs one to left, moving and leaping in the air is Abreu to make the catch for the out. Bobby might not have gotten the best jump in the world at this hour, but he was able to leap up and make the catch. So the ball hit hard by Furcal, and Bobby Abreu making a nice catch in left field. So 1 away, and now Carlos Beltran. We were talking about Beltran last night. They had him hitting 4th. Switch hitter pops up the first pitch into shallow left field. Sellers out and calling, but Abreu juggles and drops the ball, and Beltran is safely aboard. Maybe Justin Sellers took a page out of D. Gordon's book and went too far out. D. Gordon, we've talked about, goes deeper at short than any player I think I've ever seen at that position, and he can be a distraction. Sellers was calling, and Abreu called him off the ball and then dropped it. So Sellers bails out, and Abreu can't hold it, and we'll wait. I assume it'll be an error charge to Abreu, and the batter is Matt Holliday. So Kershaw out of his stretch. He'll look over at first, now to Holliday, and the pitch low and away. Holliday might be hitting only .263 against the league, but in his career hitting .350 against the Dodgers. It was no surprise last night when he hit a 2-run home run in the 3rd inning. So holding at first is Beltran. He has a bad knee. Don't expect him to do any running. Meanwhile, Holliday takes a strike, and the count 1-1. Matt Holliday will mean so much to the ball club. 9 home runs, 29 runs batted in. Big Matt, right-hand batter. Fake by Kershaw just to make sure Beltran stays near the bag at first. Carlos missed a few games with a sore right knee. Meanwhile, there's a drive to right field. Going back is Ethier. Makes a backhanded catch right near the wall in front of the stands and just inside the right field foul line. So Andre Ethier makes a good play on a well-hit ball to right field. So you have had two hard-hit balls. For call, a line drive taking off, and Abreu leaped in the air, and now Holiday a long drive to right field. By the way, the disposition of Carlos Beltran, he dropped that fly ball, and he will be charged with the error. So here now is Lance Berkman, who needs 2 RBIs to have 1,200 in his career. Beltran, the good human man for the ball club, came off the bench last night with 2 out and hit a home run against Kenley Jansen. Switch hitter, batting right-handed, and one of the top switch hitters in history as he swings and misses. There are only 9 switch hitters in history who have hit at least 300 home runs. 2 of them are with the Cardinals, Carlos Beltran and Lance Berkman. Number 1, Mickey Mantle, then Eddie Murray, Chipper Jones, then you get to Berkman, and on down the list. 0-1 the count. The next pitch low and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. No score, we're just starting. 2 out first inning. Lance Berkman came up to the Astros back in 1999, checking in against Kershaw. Lance went to Rice University. Now the 1-1 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed a high fastball. Berkman is 6'1". That pitch appeared to be up around the shoulders at least. And by the way, that pinch hit home run he hit last night, he had one other in his career in May of 2001 when he was with the Astros, and that was the year he hit 34. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way to Berkman, and he shies away from a fastball up at the chin. 2-2. Berkman is hitting .394 left, but only $1.25 right. Of course, he's only had 8 at-bats. Hitting back of him is David Freese. 2-2 the count to Lance Berkman. Lance in and out of the box. The Cardinals arrived yesterday in what the team called a bad tuxedo day. Just a lot of pranks on the club. 2-2 pitch. Berkman swings and fouls it back. Normally, ball clubs will haze first-year players, making them wear some remarkably ugly outfits, comical outfits. I would assume that Mike Matheny allowed the boys to do it because they were arriving here in first place. And Berkman had to be the guy, and they came up with some of the worst-looking tuxedos. I understand Berkman had a pink tuxedo and pink patent leather shoes. I mean, you got to be good-natured, and you also have to be 6'1" and 220. He is all of that. Timeout for a moment. An equipment problem for the plate umpire, Alfonso Marquez. He has to make sure that mask is all right. So 2-2 the count to Lance Berkman. 2 down, first inning. Beltran doesn't figure to run. He's over at first. And the pitch to Berkman, swung on, line drive, foul. A blur down the left field line. Right there to call it was Tom Hallion. Boy, did that thing hurry its way from home plate. And the count 2-2, so Kershaw wearing the count with 2 out in the first inning. So Big Berkman back up to the plate. 2-2 the count to Lance. His dad once played for the University of Texas, and his father is the one, because he idolized Mantle, he made Berkman a switch hitter. 2-2 pitch. Fastball popped up left side. Sellers calling and makes the catch. So a couple of balls well hit. The one that wasn't was dropped, and the pop fly ends it. At the end of half an inning, no score. Mattingly's lineup now, as that's posted and also sent up to home plate. Tony Gwynn leads off in center field. Elian Herrera bats second at second base. Bobby Abreu in left. Andre Ethier, Adam Kennedy, and James Loney. A.J. Ellis, as usual, behind the plate. Justin Sellers playing shortstop, and the pitcher Clayton Kershaw. On the mound, big right-hander out of Athens, Georgia, Jake Westbrook. Spent 11 years with the Cleveland Indians, although he got his feet wet in the big leagues with the Yankees. And his first pitch to Tony Gwynn is ball one. Jake Westbrook had Tommy John surgery in 2008 and has bounced back nicely. 112 for the Cardinals last year. He works away to Tony. 2 balls and no strikes. Since 2003, Westbrook is third amongst all major league pitchers getting ground balls. Ratio ground balls to fly balls about 3-1. Pitch in for a strike. Only Brandon Webb and Derek Lowe have gotten more ground balls. Tony Gwynn is doing very well, hitting .293, but not as a leadoff man. The 2-1 pitch is swung on, ground ball to the right side, juggled and dropped. Tyler Green unable to handle a routine ground ball, and he apparently is a real mystery for St. Louis fans. They just don't understand him, and I'm sure in St. Louis they don't understand that. A routine ground ball, and Gwynn is aboard on the error. Saying that Tony Gwynn has not done well as a leadoff hitter. Tony hitting .200 leading off. Of course, D. Gordon is hitting .200 leading off. So now you have Elian Herrera playing for the injured Mark Ellis, and was sorry to say that Mark Ellis had to go on the disabled list. The first pitch to Elian is low as he shows bunt. 1 ball and no strikes. So Gwynn is aboard. Herrera followed by Abreu. Jake Westbrook has gotten a lot of run support like Lance Lynn last night. They've gotten him over 6.5 runs every start. Westbrook ready. There goes Gwynn, and the pitch is hit back to the right of the mound. Westbrook's throw to first for the out, and Gwynn advances to second. If you were not with us last night, we will show you why Mark Ellis is on the DL. Tyler Green breaking up a double play, a good legitimate slide. Tyler's left knee hit the side of Mark Ellis's left knee, sent him tumbling, and the left knee of Ellis took the damage. And of course, I'm sure Tyler Green, playing the same position, has been knocked down many a time and regrets the fact that a legitimate hard slide would cause injury. But Ellis now on the DL. So here's Bobby Abreu hitting .316, 5 runs batted in. Bottom of the first, no score, and Abreu takes a strike, and the count 0-1. So Bobby Abreu up against Jake Westbrook. Westbrook, since he throws and gets a lot of ground balls, third highest getting double plays. He's had 7 turn behind him during his starts. Strike 1 pitch. Abreu looks, and that's low and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Bobby doing very well for the Dodgers. Had a double and a triple in the game in San Diego. Then came home last night and had a walk and a single and was robbed of a hit by Tyler Green. Bobby, left-hand batter waiting, and instead there's a look at second base and nothing else. So Bobby Abreu, looking at his numbers, hitting .316 for the Dodgers. When he was with the Angels, he was hitting .208. 38 years old and doing a very good job in left field. 1-1 pitch to Bobby is swung on and fouled away off third, upstairs, and the count 1-2. In talking about Jake Westbrook and the fact that he throws a lot of balls on the ground, he is the #1 guy in the league. Unfortunately for him, he's given up a half a dozen hits on a no ball 2 strike count. He's also allowed 9 infield singles. So Westbrook working on Abreu, 1-2 the count. Jake set, ready, here he comes, and pushes a changeup off the counter, and the count 2-2. Westbrook is 6'3", 200. He'll be 35 in September. He was originally a first-round pick by the Rockies. Waiting his turn, Andre Ethier. What do you get from Westbrook? Basically a two-seam sinker, curveball, and a slider. The 2-2 pitch low and inside, ball 3. He's also added a splitter, and he's worked on a cutter. So he comes out there with all kinds of cards in his hand, and no pun intended. In high school, Jake had 6 no-hitters. He figures he'll get somewhere around 15 to 18 ground balls a game if his two-seamer is working. 3-2 the count to Abreu. Westbrook set and backs off the rubber. Well, he's gotten 2 ground balls already in the first inning. Tyler Green kicked the first one, and Herrera hit back to the box. So Gwynn at second with 1 out, and Abreu waiting. Westbrook out of his stretch. Another look back, comes to the hitter. A high bouncer off Westbrook's glove. He picks it up and throws out Abreu. And on the play, Gwynn advances to third. So we've had 3 ground balls in the first inning. And Westbrook at 6'3" went up and it went off his glove, but he was still able to nip Abreu at first. So Gwynn, who reached on the error, is at third. And with 2 out, Andre Ethier. One other thing, if you're a sinker ball pitcher, you might get a lot of ground balls, but you might also worry about a wild pitch. And with a runner at third, we look, and Westbrook has 2 wild pitches. So Gwynn ready to come down the line. Andre hitting .299, 8 home runs, 35 runs batted in. Westbrook ready and deals, and the first pitch is low, ball 1. With first base open and Adam Kennedy on deck, they might think twice about pitching. However, Kennedy last night, remember, had a magnificent evening, 4 hits and a walk. So we'll see whether Matheny is lurking on Ethier to put him aboard or pitch to him. And the 1-0 pitch on the way, swung on and whacked foul down the right field line, and they count 1 ball and 1 strike. So Andre Ethier, a shot down the line, 1-1 the count. The only Dodgers who have faced Westbrook in the past: Abreu, Mark Ellis, Adam Kennedy, and Matt Trainer. Ethier waiting, 1-1. Westbrook again ready. Jake delivers it, slapped, backhanded, and short hop by David Freese to throw him out. Nice play by Freese. And for St. Louis, they leave Gwynn at third, and at the end of an inning, no score. The Cardinals and Dodgers moved to the second inning. Mike was a brilliant catcher in his day, had 4 Gold Gloves. Meanwhile, David Freese hits a drive to center and deep. Back goes Gwynn to the wall to make the catch for the out. Well, I'll tell you one thing that's pretty apparent right now. The difference between Kershaw and Westbrook is not just left-handed and right-handed. Kershaw now has given up 5 fly balls, and Westbrook has given up 4 ground balls. So Clayton with 1 out here in the second inning, and another brilliant catcher, Yadier Molina, checking in. Like his manager, Molina has 4 Gold Gloves. He checks on the first pitch, and they look at first. Corey Blazers had no swing, 1 ball and no strikes. Mike Matheny joins people like Red Shane Deans, Joe Torre, Kenny Boyer, former players for the Cardinals who turned out to be managers. And you have to include Frankie Frisch and Rogers Hornsby. Great players who eventually took over the club. 2-0 the count to Yadier, one of 3 brothers, all major league catchers. Yadier, the youngest, takes off the plate, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. He has 5 home runs, 20 runs batted in, and the 3-0 pitch on the way, swung on, ground ball into left field. So the first ground ball that Kershaw surrenders goes all the way to the outfield. That's hit number 1, and it'll bring up Tyler Green. So Tyler Green, who kicked the ground ball off the bat of Tony Gwynn for an error in the first inning, hitting .236, 3 home runs, 8 runs batted in. The error by Green, his 3rd. Kershaw out of his stretch. Molina, a very short lead, but he gets a throw anyway. Molina is 4 for 4 stolen bases. He's remarkable. You know, he caught an entire 20-inning game and came right back and caught 9 the next day. The pitch is swung on and fouled off, and the count to Tyler Green, 0-1. Tyler Green checking at third with Jose Oquendo. Tyler's out of Plantation, Florida, and he was a #1 pick by the Cardinals. That's why the people in St. Louis can't understand why, as of right now, he's been such pretty much of an in and out player. The strike 1 pitch on the way to Tyler. Big overhand curveball that drops in nicely for a strike, and the count 0-2. Tyler went to Georgia Tech. Cardinals picked him in the first round in 2005. He originally passed up the Braves. 0-2 to Tyler Green. Bends at the knees and waist. And the strike 2 pitch to the second baseman, punched up along first base. Loney will pick him off and cut him off at pass. Meanwhile, Molina advances to second on the little squibber. And the batter now, Shane Robinson.
How about center fielder?
Robinson, the center fielder, is hitting .255, 1 home run, 5 runs batted in. He is not a power hitter at all. He's always a threat to bunt because he runs that well. So Shane checking in, and Kershaw trying to put him away and get out of the inning. Shane Robinson is 5'9", about 165 pounds. First pitch is high, ball 1. He was an all-state Florida player in high school. Accepted a scholarship to play at Florida State. Broke J.D. Drew's 34-game hitting streak. And now trying to pick up his 6th RBI with Molina at second base. Last year, Shane required surgery. Fractured the orbital bone in a collision with teammate Andrew Brown. The 1-0 pitch on the way is taken for a strike. 1-1 the count to Shane. Kershaw has made 24 pitches, 10 so far in the inning. What is interesting with Kershaw, and we better get it in because you never know. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Shane Robinson. Big curveball, but it stayed up. Ball 2. Opponents have yet to get a hit versus Kershaw with a runner in scoring position and 2 out. The opposition is 0 for 16, and that's the challenge for Shane Robinson. Another look back at Molina. Clayton ready. The 2-1 fastball is hit right to Loney. So the opposition is 0 for 17. Staying at second is Molina, and at the end of an inning and a half, no score. Second inning, Clayton Kershaw has made 26 pitches, allowed 1 hit. As we go to the second, it'll be Kennedy, Loney, and then A.J. Ellis. Jake Westbrook on the hill. Adam coming off a huge game. Of course, it's interesting. He's a very much of a veteran, soft-spoken, kind of a fellow you really like. They said to Adam Kennedy after last night's game, the first pitch to him off the plate, ball 1. That 4-hit game, that's the first 4-hit game you've had since July 30th, 2010. And his reaction, he said, that's sad. I love that. Adam fouls it away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Adam Kennedy. So for the Dodgers, they need help, and they're looking for it from Herrera and Kennedy and Sellers right now. Kind of a makeshift infield. 1-1 pitch is foul back. Uribe is down. D. Gordon is not going to play for a couple of days, according to Mattingly. They'll use him off the bench as a double switch guy, but they just want him to kind of sit down and think about things and enjoy the game, because he has begun to press. The 1-2 pitch high and away. So Kennedy playing for Uribe. Sellers is playing for Gordon, and Herrera and perhaps Ivan De Jesus will be playing for Mark Ellis, who went on the DL today. 2-2 pitch low and away, ball 3. In looking at Westbrook's numbers, 12 walks, 29 strikeouts coming into the game. So Adam with 4 hits and a walk last night, and the 3-2 pitch on the way, swung on and missed, tried to uppercut a pitch up around the belt or higher, and comes up empty. Up you go with that bat. So 1 away, and the batter James Loney. So Westbrook picks up his 30th strikeout of the year, and Jake now working on Loney. James lifting his average up to 250, and Loney had a good night last night. He lays off a pitch for a strike, and the count 0-1. Loney had 2 singles, a double, and was walked intentionally in the 9th inning. And then, as so often we see, the next hitter, they can't throw a strike, and the Dodgers won the game. A drive to the gap in right center, but on his horse is Robinson. He has to cover a lot of ground because, remember, Carlos Beltran in right field has a tricky sore knee. He missed about 4 games, but Shane Robinson has the speed to cover. So 2 out, and the batter will be A.J. Ellis. Ellis contributing to the story every day. Last night, getting the walk to force in the winning run against Fernando Salas. A.J. takes a strike. Ellis has walked 23 times. He has now reached base safely 27 straight and 30 of 31, and he takes another strike, and the count 0-2. By the way, Lance Berkman over there at first base had a 33 game streak where he reached base with walk or base hit. So Lance can welcome A.J. Ellis to first base. 2 out, 2nd inning, no score. No runs, 1 hit. That was the single by Yadier Molina. The next pitch just off the plate and a little below the knees. 1-2 the count. No score, bottom of the 2nd inning, bases empty. Jake Westbrook comes right back, and that's popped in the air, foul out of play, off to the right. Dodgers and Cardinals, considering the fact they're in different divisions, surprisingly will see a lot of each other. This is only their 2nd meeting of 11. And in the middle of September, that'll be a huge 4-game series here with the Cardinals. Fastball is hit inside first by a diving Berkman down the line. A.J. Ellis has done it again, and he's into second base standing with a double. So Ellis continues his remarkable hitting. On base 28 straight. 31 out of 32 as he doubles to right. Remember, it was A.J. Ellis last night who singled and then in the 9th inning walked with the bases loaded. No runs and 1 hit for each side, and Justin Sellers coming up. Remember the point we made last night when the game started. Both of these teams score usually in the 1st inning, or in the first 3 innings for sure. And the pitch to Sellers, a little low, ball 1, 1-0. Each team wound up scoring 4 runs in the first 3 innings last night. Now the 1-0 pitch to Sellers, taken low again, ball 2. Cardinals in the first 3 innings have scored 95 runs this year, and the Dodgers 71. Well, the Cardinals left Molina at 2nd, and the Dodgers left Gwynn at 3rd. 2-0 pitch. That's a strike. 2-1. Sellers with Clayton Kershaw on deck. So Justin playing shortstop for a couple of days, unless they decide to play Evandy Jesus, who was just called up. The 2-1 pitch coming up, and Justin swings a hopper to short. Up with it, Rafael Furcal to throw him out. So no runs, a 2-out double by A.J. Ellis. And what happened to Lance Berkman? Berkman handling the throw and suddenly backs off and sits down. Don't tell me another hamstring. So Lance Berkman, the throw from Furcal was right on the money. Lance leaned in, got it, straightened up, and then hopped in the air. I don't believe Sellers stepped on him. Let's take another look. Sellers might have got him. The other angle looked better. So Lance limping off the field. We'll double check that again. Wow, he's really hurting. Here comes Sellers' foot. No way. No score. Begins the Jake Westbrook up there. We took a little extra time trying to figure out what happened to Lance Berkman. Cardinals very anxious about him. He missed 21 games earlier this year with a sprained left calf. Meanwhile, Westbrook goes down, and it looks like the good-natured first baseman is going to have to leave the game.
Shortstop number 15, Rafael Furcal.
And Rafael Furcal coming up. The Cardinals have Alan Craig out with a hamstring. John Jay is out after crashing into a wall with a bad shoulder. Kyle McClellan, the pitcher, is out with a sore elbow. And now Lance Berkman goes down. Berkman has a lot of troubles. He had a tear in his left knee. He sprained the medial collateral ligament in an elbow. He tore the anterior cruciate ligament in his right knee. And now either the calf or another problem sidelines him tonight. Furcal, a chopper to third, charging easily as Kennedy gets thrown out. And we have two down here in the third inning. No score. So with two out in the third, no score in the ball game, Carlos Beltran, who knows all about injury, coming up. Beltran named the National League Player of the Week Monday. So Carlos, switch hitter, batting right-handed, and takes a strike in the count 0-1. Beltran has put up unusually high numbers on base percentage and slugging, hitting in the number 2 slot, and right now he drives one into left down the line, and Beltran running easily into second base with a 2-out stand-up double. So we mentioned that when they put him in the number 2 slot, he was the player of the week. Last night Beltran hit 4th, but he's back hitting in the 2 slot tonight and promptly doubles. So that'll bring up Matt Holliday with Beltran at second base. For Holliday, he came up with Beltran at second in the first inning and hit a line drive and a fine running catch by Andre Ethier. Matt Carpenter, who finished at first base last night, in fact, he finished up in the outfield at the very end of the game. Matt was 1 for 3 with a walk, and he's going to have to take over for Lance Berkman. Carpenter has 3 home runs. Berkman had the 1. And the first pitch to Big Matt, ball 1, 1-0. First round pick by the Rockies when Clint Hurdle was the manager. He called him Big Daddy. 1-0 to count. Holiday waits and Kershaw comes high again, ball 2. 2-0 to count to one of the big Dodger nemesis in the league. Matt Holliday, 9 home runs, 29 runs batted in. He was a great high school quarterback. We mentioned it last night to give you a thumbnail sketch of just what kind of a competitor he is. He had an appendectomy on April 1 and scored the winning run April 10th. He takes a strike. That happened last year. He was the batting champion in 2007 and just wears the Dodgers out. He had a home run a good 3/4 of the way up the pavilion in left field, but that paled in comparison to the 481-foot home run he hit here 6 years ago. Matt, half awkward swing, didn't get it, so he was badly fooled on the pitch, and the count 2-2. So a 2-out double by Beltran, and we got some deuces here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, a runner at second, no score, and we've just moved into the 3rd inning. Kershaw out of a stretch. Clayton ready, and the pitch to Holliday is off the plate. 3-2. And looking at Kershaw going up against Holliday, Holliday came into the game hitting .333 against him with a home run. You almost want to say, of course. So Matt waits, 3-2. Big boy at 6'4", 235. Swings and hits a drive to right. Ethier going back to the track, makes the catch in front of the scoreboard. So Holliday has hit 2 balls very well the other way, but for outs. And at the end of 2.5 innings, no score. Injury. Matt Carpenter is now at first base, and Clayton Kershaw at the plate, missing 1 ball and no strikes. When you were a kid, did you ever get in trouble? Kershaw, meanwhile, a chopper down to for call, and he'll be thrown out, 1 away. Mike Matheny tells his story. He and his 2 older brothers got into trouble, and the dad was angry. He called the 3 balls out to the driveway. Now, his father was a construction worker, and for punishment, he brought home a dump truck full of dirt, dumped it out on the driveway, gave Mike and his brothers shovels and a wheelbarrow, made a circle in the backyard and told us to move the pile of dirt back there. It took them 2 days to move it. When they got done, his father gave us back the 3 shovels and the wheelbarrow and said, now move it back. And they did. Needless to say, they never got in any more trouble. Tony Gwynn reached on the area in the first inning, takes a strike, and the count 0-1. Tony hitting .289, but he and D. Gordon both struggling in the leadoff role. And a fly ball to center right into the glove of Shane Robinson. And quickly 2 out in the third. That's a little bit of an upset for Westbrook. He's had 2 fly balls. Be sure to bring the kids to Dodger Stadium tomorrow at 5. Dodgers and Cardinals. First 15,000 kids 14 and under in attendance receive their very own power necklace. Compliments of Wetzel's Pretzels. For tickets, go to Dodgers.com/promotions. Elian Herrera hit back to the box in the first inning. 0 for 1. Just called up. He's 1 for 6. Broke in the San Diego series and fouls one into the crowd behind the Dodger dugout. 0-1 the count to Elian Herrera. Herrera from San Pedro de Macorís in the Dominican can play almost anywhere. Swings and doesn't get it. 0-2. He's an outfielder who can also play second, short, third, and in the outfield, center and left. With all of that, he's a switch hitter. 27 years old, takes off the plate. 1-2 the count. When they called him up from Albuquerque, he was hitting .409 in the month of May. The 1-2 pitch, Elian swings and down he goes. Down go the Dodgers 1-2-3, and at the end of 3, no score. Want to drive people wild during the simulcast, talking about something that's fun to look at. If you look at the bus now, that's Al Raboski, the former Cardinal pitcher, who's now a fine broadcaster. There goes Lance Berkman in that pink tuxedo. This was the Cardinal bad tuxedo day, and they succeeded. I'm not quite sure where they got all those uniforms. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, Matt Carpenter will lead it off. In between pitches, we'll look at some of those outrageous garbs. 1-1 the count to Matt Carpenter. Yeah, there were kilts. I mean, they arrived high style. Why? Just for the fun of it. It's a long year. Curveball in there, 1-2. Carpenter last night certainly established the thought that he's a patient hitter. He had 4 at-bats and he saw 27 pitches. Well, he's seen 4 so far right now. No score in the 4th. No runs, 2 hits for the Cardinals, 1 hit for the Dodgers. Foul that fastball off. 2-2. For Matt Carpenter, somewhat out of the old school. He does not wear batting gloves. Went to Texas Christian University. 2-2. And ball 3. Matt's good size, 6'3", 200. 26 years old. He'll be 27 in November. And down he goes on his 6th pitch. So Carpenter strikes out, 1 away, and the batter will be David Freese. There was 2 other Freeses that played in the major leagues, Gene and George. They were both funny. In fact, Tommy Lasorda tells a great story pitching in the minor leagues. And George Freese was the center fielder on Tommy's club. Gene Freese came up to hit. And for one reason or another, Tommy knocked him down a couple of times, finally hit him with a pitch, and a big fight broke out. And all of a sudden, Tommy is knocked to the ground. And who knocked him down and is sitting on him, punching the daylights out of him? Not Gene Freese, no. Tommy's teammate, George Freese, Gene's brother. He just wailed the tar out of him. But they're not related. David, of course, big man, MVP in the World Series and the LCS. 1-2. Gene Freese, to give you an idea, I love this story. There was a big baseball outing in Palm Springs, golf and a huge party and all that. Gene got to his room and called the operator and said, "I'd like to leave a 7 a.m. wake-up call." The operator said, "You just missed it." 2-2 the count to David Freese. Yeah, plenty of stories out there. That's fouled away. David Freese last night flied to right and struck out. Hit a ball as hard as you can hit it, I believe, right at Adam Kennedy for an out. And then for good measure, struck out his last at bat. 2-2. Down and dirty with the fastball. For David Freese, a remarkable experience, but boy, did he pay the price with injuries. 3-2. Little ground ball to short. Justin Sellers cranks it up and nails him. Freese had all kinds of problems last year, and then the payoff was to be the MVP. Sellers takes care of him, and with 2 down here in the 4th, the batter will be Yadier Molina. Molina, a ground single in the 2nd inning. On deck, Tyler Green. The outfield is split, wind shading into right center. So they give him all of left center field. Molina hitting .298, 5 home runs, 20 runs batted in. Molina very, very tough to strike out. Very much a contact hitter. Right now we'll see how good he is with 2 strikes. Molina's had about 145 plate appearances, and he has struck out only 14 times. 0-2. Breaking ball, slow roller to third. Kennedy glove, throws on the run, short out by Loney. Nice play at both ends. So down go the Birds, 1, 2, 3, and at the end of 3.5 innings, no score. Line is brought to you by the all-new Chevy Cruze Eco, available to order. Chevy runs deep. And by Farmer John. Taste the local flavor. Bottom of the fourth inning, no score in the ball game. Abreu, Ethier, and Kennedy in that order. Clayton Kershaw resting. Loney sits alongside A.J. Ellis. Clayton alone in his thoughts. He's allowed 2 hits, and he has just picked up a couple of strikeouts. Meanwhile, Jake Westbrook ready to go to work with Abreu. Starts him low and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Abreu hit back to the box in the first inning. Westbrook went up in the air and knocked it down, then picked it up and threw him out. That's on the outside corner at the knees. 1-1. Bobby Abreu, 17-year veteran. Been an all-star twice, won a Gold Glove, and he also won a Silver Slugger. Two balls, 1 strike. I thought men in black were umpires. That's a strike. 2-2. Maybe I don't follow enough movies. You know, one thing that might surprise you, you look at Abreu, he looks a little on the heavy side. You know, he's 38. But you know, he's stolen 20 or more bases 13 consecutive years. You take your eye off him, he's gone. Bobby has not stolen a base for the Dodgers yet. Even last year with the Angels, he stole 21. 3-2 to Bobby Abreu, fouled away. Abreu at his peak years, those so-called salad years. Maybe he was eating salads then with the Phillies. He stole 40 bases one year. So he is a multi-talented ball player who's enjoyed a tremendous career. Fouled away. No score, bottom of the 4th. Game 2 of the 3-game series. Game 2 of the 11 meetings between the Dodgers and the Cardinals. 3 now. Dodgers have 4 in St. Louis, and then in September 4 here. Another foul ball. Bobby always has a little smile on his face. I think I mentioned it the other day. It's like somebody who knows something that you don't know about. He has that look. Meanwhile, taking sinkers the other way, and he's still there, 3-2. And would not bite on the pitch off the plate. So Abreu draws the walk, the first one issued by Westbrook. Well, we get the report on Lance Berkman, and we can only hope he'll be all right. It was a routine play. Lance stretched and then jumped in the air in pain, and it's his right knee, and he'll be reevaluated in 24 hours. Big, good-natured guy, one of those very valuable teammates. So Matt Carpenter takes over for him. Andre Ethier, a fly ball down the left field line, carrying well. It's going to bounce and go into the stands for a ground rule double. So Ethier taking the sinker the other way and bounces it to put Dodgers at 2nd and 3rd, and nobody out. For Andre Ethier, as he's starting to pile up doubles. Ethier has 12 doubles, a triple, and 8 home runs. So Adam Kennedy up there with first base open. Dodgers 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. Westbrook in a lot of trouble. We're in the bottom of the 4th, no score. Off the plate, ball 1, 1-0. You know, and talking about Berkman and that right knee, it was 8 years ago, but that's when he tore the ACL in the right knee while playing flag football. 1-0. Foul ball, 1-1. Then in 06, Lance Berkman had arthroscopic knee surgery, cleaning up scar tissue in the right knee. He also had surgery to remove team particles in the left knee. The Big Lance has had physical problems along with a fine career. Kennedy goes the other way. Pretty good two-seam fastball outside part of the plate. Not much else Adam can do but try to go with it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Abreu walk. Ethier doubles to left. And the Dodgers now with Kennedy, Loney, and A.J. Ellis trying to pick him up. Off the plate. Kennedy struck out in the 2nd inning. So Jake Westbrook trying to work his way out of a jam. His father played baseball and basketball at the University of Georgia. 2-2. And he would not bite. Ball 3. When Westbrook was growing up, he practiced on a pitching mound that was built in his own backyard. The rubber was exactly 60 feet 6 inches from home plate. And all he did as a true Georgia boy was study a Braves pitcher by the name of Greg Maddux. 3-2 to Kennedy. Fouled away. Adam hitting .250, 5 runs batted in. Adam Kennedy has had a marvelous career. He came up to the Cardinals in 1999. Then with the Angels, then back to the Cardinals, then to the A's, the Nationals, the Mariners, and now the Dodgers. Ground ball off the glove of Carpenter and on out into right field. 2 runs will score, and the Dodgers lead 2-0. If you are a Cardinal fan in St. Louis, it would be natural to say Berkman would have had it. And I don't know. But Kennedy hits one off the glove. The backhanded attempt kicks on out into right field, and it's good for 2 runs. It will be an error charge, and the Dodgers forever grateful. So the Dodgers lead 2-0. A walk, a double, and the error by the substitute first baseman Matt Carpenter. And the batter now, James Loney. The Cardinals making 2 errors tonight. They made 1 last night. So here's Loney, and Kennedy drawing a throw. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Dodgers. No runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for St. Louis. Cardinals have lost 2 straight and 6 of the last 8. And there goes Kennedy on a foul ball. And Adams stumbled, but was able to regain his balance and keep going. But Yadier would have thrown him out if Loney had not fouled off that pitch. You can't stumble, not with Molina behind the plate. 0-1. Kennedy again takes his lead, not going, and a fly ball to left field. Matt Holliday is there, and back to first goes Kennedy. That's the first out.
Coming to the plate, Dodger catcher A.J. Ellis.
A.J. Ellis, who doubled to right field with 2 out in the 2nd inning, coming up. So Ellis continues his remarkable hitting. He's reached base now 28 straight, 31 of 32. And one reason, he is a very patient as well as confident hitter, batting .333. Yeah, they've got him. Yep, absolutely. Adam was leaning and there was no chance. So Kennedy is picked off. Tried to get back, couldn't do it. Remember, he was going on the first pitch to Loney and stumbled. So they had the idea of running him. But they pay the price and down he goes. That's the second out in the inning. So Ellis up there now with the bases empty. Ball one. One ball and no strikes. Sinker in there. 1-1. Jake Westbrook bounced around a lot. We told you he spent 11 years with the Indians. He was with the Yankees, and the Indians sent outfielder David Justice to the Yankees, and they got Westbrook, and he was there for 11 years. And that's going to be hit towards the gap, and there's nobody there. It was cut off by Beltran, but on his way into second and making it is A.J. Ellis with his second double. So, of course, Adam Kennedy is saying, if I don't get picked off, etc., etc. Beltran having a lot of trouble, of course, with that sore knee, but he was able to get over and cut it off. But not before it was a double. Carlos just did get to it. So Ellis doubles his second double to right and right center. Justin Sellers coming up. Beltran saving that perhaps from being a triple. Sellers grounded to short in the second inning. 0 for 1. Breaking ball off the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. One 0 pitch, another slider away. 2 balls and no strikes. Dodgers lead 2-0. We're in the bottom of the 4th. A walk, a double, and an error by Matt Carpenter at first base. That's a strike. 2-1 to Justin. In case you missed it, the Dodgers' superbly talented second baseman Mark Ellis had to go on the DL, and the Dodgers have called up Ivan de Jesus. Chip off the old block. Ivan's father played for the Dodgers 3 or 4 years and actually spent 15 years in the big leagues with the Phillies and the Cubs. So Ivan might be here now, due tonight anyway. 3-1 to Justin Sellers. Batting 8th, Kershaw on deck. And look out, bat. Bouncing up into the stands. Nice catch by that gentleman as it bounced off the roof. So he gets 5s. Sellers will just get another bat. Every now and then a player will make a trade saying, oh wow, that's my gamer. However, when you're hitting 156, I don't think you have a gamer. They just say, yeah, keep it, good luck to you. Maybe this new bat will be better. So 1-2 the count to Justin Sellers. Dodgers 2, Cardinals nothing. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Clayton Kershaw on deck. A.J. Ellis with 2 doubles out there at second base. 3-2 to Sellers. Fouled away. So Justin, if nothing else, making Westbrook work. He's now made 70 pitches, and we're only in the 4th inning. Three and two. Got him. The Sellers caught on a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. They leave A.J. Ellis, but they pick up 2, and the Dodgers lead 2-0. Dodger Baseball on KCAL 9 is brought to you by Time Warner Cable. Enjoy all the things you love better. Internet, TV, and home phone from Time Warner Cable. 2-0 in favor of the Dodgers as we go to the 5th inning. It'll be the bottom 3 of the Cardinal lineup. That means Tyler Green, Shane Robinson, and then the pitcher, Jake Westbrook. Meanwhile, working on a 2-hitter, Clayton Kershaw ready to face Green. Tyler grounded to first in the 2nd inning, 0 for 1. That's a strike. Green last night had an infield single, struck out twice. Oh, and 2. Kershaw not blowing people away at all. He has 2 strikeouts, one of them the pitcher. One and 2. Tyler trying to settle back in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Off-speed breaking ball misses. Tyler Green is from Florida, was a high school All-American. He was All-State. He was a member of the National Honor Society as well. And it's a little flare. Sellers. So Sellers is a buyer as he makes a good catch of that little flare. 1 away here in the 5th inning.
For the Cardinals,
and the batter is Shane Robinson, the center fielder. Oh, and 1. So Kershaw really pitching tonight. As we said, he's not just rearing back and overwhelming the hitters. Off-speed pitch grounded to Sellers. Just like that, 2 down. In looking at Kershaw's starts this year, his high in strikeouts 9. He's had a couple of 7s. He's had 3 6-strikeout games. So with 2 down, here's Jake Westbrook and a strike. What the Dodgers did to Westbrook is what the Yankee teams used to do. They made Westbrook get deep in the count. In the 4th inning, when the Dodgers scored the 2 runs, Abreu saw 9 pitches, Kennedy and Sellers 7 each. Because the other thought Andre Ethier hit the first pitch for the double to left field. But I remember for years the Yankees were known for the patience of their hitters. 1-2. Fastball fouled away. Westbrook at 6'3" gives you a nice strike zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chasing one in the dirt, big overhand breaking ball. So that'll do it. Kershaw walks off, and at the end of 4.5, Dodgers 2, Cardinals nothing. No runs, 2 hits. Clayton Kershaw will start it off. He'll be followed by Tony Gwynn and then Elian Herrera. Kershaw tapped to short in the 3rd inning. For the Dodgers, Westbrook had to make 30 pitches in the 4th inning, so they really gave him a bad time. That note we gave you a moment ago. So his pitch count 71 pitches in 4 innings, and that is not the way to go 9. So Jake about ready. Kershaw, Gwynn, Herrera. If anybody gets on, Abreu. Ball 1. Outfield pretty shallow, especially left and right. 1 ball and 1 strike. Final score, Giants just shut out the A's today, 4-0. Line drive foul. Brian Vogelsong went 7 shutout innings, allowing only 1 hit as the Giants won for the 11th straight time against the A's in San Francisco. No wonder the A's want to move. 1-2 the count. Reading about Justin Verlander and his one-hitter, chopper to green, one away. And in the course of the story, they brought back the note. Bob Feller had 12 complete game one-hitters. So for Justin Verlander, he might go back to the dugout saying, gosh, I just missed my third. But then somebody ought to say, let me tell you about Bob Feller. 12 complete game one-hitters. And here's Tony Gwynn. Reached on the error and fly to center. Tony hitting .286, 7 RBIs. Comebacker. Oh, that thing was hard hit. 2 down. And the batter will be Elian Herrera. Say, head to Dodger Stadium Tuesday on the 29th of May for the infield. Steve Garvey, Davey Lopes, Bill Russell, and Ron Shea bobblehead night, presented by State Farm. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions. For 8.5 years they were together. I don't believe with free agency and everything else we'll ever see anything like that again. So 2 out in the 5th, and here's Herrera. Hit back to the box and struck out. Elian 0 for 2, batting .143. Runs very, very well. There's the bunt. Westbrook is on it. Off balance throw. And it might have hit Herrera, but Carpenter couldn't handle it. We'll have to look at the tape to see. But Herrera's aboard. An all-out effort by Westbrook, and it was also kind of an off-balance throw by the pitcher. It'd be thrown on his back leg right there. Well, from that angle, not sure. We're waiting for the scorer's judgment, and he's saying base hit. Okay, so Herrera, the bunt single, and that brings up Abreu. Bobby hit back to the box, walked, and scored a run. Ball 1. Dodgers 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error. Cardinals no runs, 2 hits, 2 errors. Bobby quoted as saying the other day, I really enjoy it here. Nice bunch of guys, good team, and he's getting a chance to play. And ball 2 on deck, Andre Ethier. Jake Westbrook came in with a record of 4-2, 0-1, but the Dodgers certainly don't remember the time he lost to them because it happened back in 2003. In there. I think Bobby would like to have that pitch over again. 92 miles an hour. Two and one. And again, that little smile that shows up. That's a strike. They got a fastball and a breaking ball, and the count 2-2. Two runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Dodgers. No runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for St. Louis. The error by Matt Carpenter in the 4th inning, a big one. There goes the runner, and it's fouled away. So Herrera, with great running speed, had a pretty good jump. No play. Still 2-2 the count. When the Cardinals come up in the 6th inning, they'll have Rafael Furcal, Carlos Beltran, and Matt Holliday. But they're minus their cleanup hitter tonight, Lance Berkman, who hurt his right knee. So for call, Beltran and Holiday coming up in the 6th. 2-2. Ball 3. So 3-2 with 2 down. Herrera ready to go. Carpenter still on the bag, however. There goes Herrera, and down goes Abreu, going after what appeared to be a bad ball. No runs, a hit, a man left, and at the end of 5, 2-0 Dodgers. A first baseman with Pittsburgh by the name of Dale Long hit a home run against the Chicago Cubs. No big deal there, but he went on to homer in 8 consecutive games, including a home run against Carl Erskine of the Dodgers. There was a pinch runner in that game. His name was Roberto Clemente. Let's go back to this one. Rafael for call, who's been kept pretty quiet. 0 for 3, had a sacrifice fly last night. 0 for 2. Bunts in the air, foul, out of play, and the count 1-1. By the way, in talking about Dale Long, Branch Rickey was then running the Pittsburgh Pirates. Branch Rickey tried to make Dale Long a left-handed catcher. Yeah. Didn't quite work. To my knowledge, there's never been a left-handed catcher in the major leagues. That's a strike. 1-2. Rafael Furcal hitting .355. And on the corner, down he goes. So Rafael making his first trip back. He's in great shape. Came in healthy, happy, and hitting over .360. But right now, he is 0 for 6 in the 2 games. He's still healthy. Kershaw now working on Beltran. Ground foul. Beltran hit a fly ball to left field. Justin Sellers went out calling, then peeled off, and Abreu gloved it and dropped it for an error. And then Carlos doubled in the 3rd inning. 0-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Beltran, a solid all-around player. He was the player of the week All he did was hit .360. That's on the corner. 1-2. Carlos, among other things, as he stands at the plate, proud possessor of 3 Gold Gloves. He caught everybody's attention as a rookie when he came up in '99 with the Kansas City Royals. He was the American League Rookie of the Year. We mentioned last night he's a very close pal of the professional golfer Chichi Rodriguez. Breaking ball hit slowly to third. Adam Kennedy. So Clayton Kershaw gave up the double to Beltran. He's got everybody else since, 9 in a row. And here's Matt Holliday. Dodgers lead 2-0. The Cardinals came in here. They were 8-2 against left-hand starters. They had no decision against Lilly. The winning pitcher last night was Kenley Jansen. And then Mike Matheny's club, 6-0 on the road against left-hand starters. But Kershaw so far giving them a bad time. Holliday has hit the ball very hard twice, both times to Ethier in right field. Fouled away. One time, the first time, Ethier was running parallel to the corner when he made the catch. The second time, Ethier had to go in front of the scoreboard to make the catch. So Holliday, a tough out with 9 home runs, 29 runs batted in, and goes to right field again, and this one's foul. So Matt is taking what Kershaw gives him, and that was a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. 1-2. There it is. The bat belonging to Matt Holliday, number 7. Matt was the batting champion in 2007. He had .340 that year. And that's off the plate. Holliday out of Stillwater, Oklahoma. 2-2. Carpenter on deck. Ball 3. Three and 2. Fastball fouled away down the line. So Matt has not gotten a pitch to pull. Kershaw has struck out 4. He has not walked anybody. And he's gone all the way with Holliday. Three and 2. Fastball hit up the middle. Here comes Sellers at the bag. Double clutch. And then threw it away. So Justin had a little bit of trouble. Did very well not to stumble on the bag, and it's going to go as a base hit. Here comes Justin. There's second base. He got over it, but you can see double clutching and throwing late and away. So Holliday, an infield single. That would be hit number 3 for the Cardinals. And the batter will be Matt Carpenter. Carpenter, 3 home runs, 19 runs batted in, finishing up for Lance Berkman, who hurt his right knee, and we certainly hope not seriously. Check swing, ball 1. Out, check. A strike, says Tom Hallion. 0-1. Matt Carpenter went to college at Texas Christian, had Tommy John surgery while in college. 6'3", 200. Looks leaner than that. Oh, they've got Holliday. Wow. So 1-7 chasing another 7 and tagged out by number 12. So Loney to Sellers. That'll do it for Holiday. No runs are hit, nobody left. And at the end of 5.5, still 2-0 Dodgers. Brought to you by your Southern California Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a luxurious Lexus today. Visit Lexus.com. And by Sports Authority, the official sporting goods retailer of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Bottom of the 6th inning, the Dodgers holding on to a 2-0 lead. Clayton Kershaw has made 84 pitches, recently picking off Matt Holliday to run him down. Now it'll be Andre Ethier, Adam Kennedy, and James Loney. Dodger lineup, like last night, loaded with left-hand hitters. Herrera, hitting in the number 2 slot, is a switch hitter, so batting left-handed, the Dodgers tonight against Westbrook have 5 consecutive left-handed batters. Gwynn, Herrera, Abreu, Ethier, Kennedy, and Loney. So that make it 6. Yadier nails him, and down goes Ethier. 1 out in the 6th inning. Molina with his 4 gold gloves.
Third baseman, number 3, Adam Kennedy.
I don't think there's any debate. I know Brian McCann agrees that Yadier Molina is certainly the best catcher in the National League and maybe in all of baseball. Adam Kennedy struck out, hit a hard ground ball with runners at 2nd and 3rd. Matt Carpenter's just getting into the game, tried to backhand the ball, and it exploded off his glove into right field, and the Dodgers scored 2. Carpenter was given the error, and the Dodgers nursing that 2-0 lead into the 6th inning. That's right. Kennedy was picked off in the 4th inning, so he and Matt Holliday have something to share. One and 2. Kennedy hitting .245. Adam with half a dozen runs batted in. Born and still lives in Riverside, went to Cal State Northridge, and was a first-round pick by the Cardinals 15 years ago. 2 and 2. Adam is 36. Ball 3. Westbrook has made 93 pitches, and we're in the 6th inning. Fastball. So down goes Kennedy, and we have 2 out in the 6th. James Loney coming up. You know, the most affordable ticket package at Dodger Stadium is available for select Wednesday and Sunday Dodger home games. It's the Coca-Cola Value Pack. You can enjoy 4 tickets, 4 Dodger dogs, and 4 Cokes. starting at $18 per ticket. For more information, visit Dodgers.com/specials. Loney is flied to center, flied to left, using the whole ballpark, 0 for 2, ball 1. James last night double to right center, twice single to left. That's in there, 1-1. When the Cardinals come up in the 7th, Carpenter, Freese, and Molina. Two and 1. Pretty good changeup, but it just missed, and Loney showing a little discipline taking it. So Westbrook getting close to 100. He's made 97 pitches. Off speed, again away. Ball 3. That change, middle 70s. Foul back. So Loney battling Westbrook 3-2. Westbrook, with all of the pitches that he has made, he has walked only one. It was Abreu on a 3-2 pitch in the 4th inning. But that was the inning when he made 30 pitches and gave up the 2 runs. Fouled away. Westbrook in his career had a couple of big years for the Indians. Starting in 04, he won 14, then 15 the next year, and 15 the year after that. But then he had Tommy John surgery. Pretty much of a changed pitcher, but came back last year and won 12. Big chopper to Carpenter. He will do it himself, and that's the inning. So the Dodgers go 1-2-3, and we are heading for the 7th, and so is Clayton Kershaw, leading 2-0. Nothing as we go to the 7th inning. One of the interesting things for Kershaw, now that he has picked off Matt Holliday in the 6th inning, in his career as of right now, he has allowed 35 stolen bases, but he has caught stealing 27. Strike to Carpenter. He's had 27 pickoffs at first base. And a pickoff with the runner out at second. That's happened 22 times. That's stroked into right field down the line. Foul ball. Matt Carpenter threw his hands up in the air. I think he thought it was fair. And first base umpire Corey Blazer put his hands showing him about 6 inches. So close but no cigar. 0-2 the count to Matt Carpenter. One thing that Lance Berkman had going for himself, but he won't be able to do it now, he needed 2 RBIs for 1,200 in his career. No balls and 2 strikes. Carpenter lays off the breaking ball away. 1-2 the count to Matt. Dodgers shade him a little. Tony Gwynn towards left center. The other Carpenter is sorely missed by the Cardinals. And that's lifted to right field. Ethier coming in. 1 away here in the 7th inning. The other Carpenter, the Cy Young Award winner, Chris Carpenter, won the award in 2005. But Chris had Tommy John surgery in 2007. Came back in 2009 and won 17. Carpenter right now has not made a pitch for St. Louis this year. 1 ball and no strikes to David Freese. Fly to center, grounded to short, 0 for 2. 1-1. We told the story last night. During the World Series, every home game, he slept on a sofa in an apartment of a buddy of his from college. Superstitious, sure. What did he do? Well, in the World Series, David hit .348. He had 7 RBIs. He had 3 doubles, and he had a huge walk-off home run in the bottom of the 11th inning of Game 6. And with all of that, he couldn't stretch his legs on the sofa. Chopper to third. Adam Kennedy. 2 out. So when you look back, you had the infield single by Holliday, and before that, Beltran's double in the 3rd inning. And before that, you have to go to the 2nd inning, the ground single to left field by Molina. Last time up, Yadier grounded to 3rd. So the Cardinals with only 3 hits, and the Dodgers lead 2-0. Fastball missed. Fastball at 92. Molina hitting .295. Boy, he'd like the Rock of Gibraltar. 1-1. Molina, as we mentioned earlier, very tough to strike out. So you can put plays on with him. Molina has 4 stolen bases this year. He had 4 all last year. Kershaw has allowed 3 hits. He has not walked anybody. Struck out 4. 2-1. And that's going to be hit into left field for Molina. His 2nd hit. He is 2 for 3. And that will bring up Tyler Green. So Molina just keeps getting better. He's going to be 30. He stole 4 bases all last year. He has 4 bases already in 40 games for the Cardinals. Green grounded to first, popped to short. Tyler is 0 for 2, hitting .230. Oh, and 1. There is pressure, and then there is a lot of pressure. For instance, you would say there's pressure on D. Gordon, who's hitting about 200. But there's more pressure on Tyler Green because he's a first-round pick. 1-1. was the starting third baseman for the U.S. national team that won the silver at the Pan Am Games in the Dominican Republic. 1-1. And it's a high fly ball to left center, but it's playable. Abreu is there. So no runs, one hit, a man left. Clayton walks off at the end of 6.5, leading. Dodgers 2 runs, 4 hits. The Cardinals no runs, 4 hits, and 1 error. The crowd now will be asked to you by Carl's Jr. $6 burgers, made with 100% Black Angus beef. And by Nissan. For great offers across our full lineup, visit ChooseNissan.com or visit your local dealer now. Bottom of the 7th inning, A.J. Ellis followed by Justin Sellers, Clayton Kershaw. Dodgers lead 2-0. By the way, according to Twitter, and of course there is an asterisk and a footnote. We were talking earlier about Dale Long, the first baseman for the Pittsburgh Pirates, who hit home runs in 8 straight games. And we mentioned the fact that Branch Rickey tried to make him a left-handed catcher. Ground ball for call. 1 away. It didn't work. And I made the remark that I don't believe there was ever a left-handed catcher in the major leagues. But thanks to Joseph Garcia III via Twitter, there was a gentleman named Jack Clemens who was a left-handed catcher. The only catch is that was from 1884 to 1900. Not exactly what I had in mind. And probably in those days it was catching the ball on a bounce. It was a totally different game. But anyway, thanks, Joe. Jack Clemens. 0-2 the count to Justin Sellers. Grounded to short, struck out. For Westbrook, this will probably be his last inning. He has struck out twice, but more importantly, he's due up second in the 8th inning. A changeup is whacked, and going back on the ball is Holiday. Home run, and look at Matt Kemp cheering Justin Sellers. Boy, it is great to see one man enjoying the success of another, isn't it? And for Justin Sellers, what a moment. So Sellers hits it out, and the Dodgers lead 3-0, and they're dancing in Bellflower and Huntington Beach. The bunt by Kershaw fouled away. Sellers had a home run against Houston last year, and he hit the home run against Westbrook on that dreaded no-ball 2-strike count. So 3-0 Dodgers. Hugs from Kennedy to Sellers. Everybody reveling in his joy. For Westbrook, the third home run that he's allowed, and he's not happy at all. And a drive to left, going back on the ball is Holiday. Drops it. Into second base easily goes Kershaw. And look at D. Gordon now hollering out in joy. For the Justin Sellers Marching and Chowder Society, I think it was a high changeup, and Justin bangs it off, and then look at Matt Kemp's reaction. I mean, he's thrilled. That's great. And then D. Gordon came over and had some fun with him. So the Dodgers lead 3-0. That long drive, a double for Clayton Kershaw, and that'll do it for Jake Westbrook. Off the glove of Matt Holliday. Clayton is 1 for 3, and since a new pitcher is coming in, Clayton wisely is going to take a moment and rest. Westbrook goes out. We'll be back. Holiday, who tried to catch it, couldn't do it, and they give Kershaw a double. I think Matt was a little bit overmatched, looking one way, and then starting to turn, and they charitably called it a double. Every now and then, you have to say to yourself, wait a minute, this is the major leagues. But Matt just had trouble, and Kershaw winds up with his first career extra base hit in 219 at-bats. So with one out, Sellers homers, Kershaw double, and Eduardo Sanchez from Maracay, Venezuela. That's the same city from which Bobby Abreu comes. Sanchez signed by the Cardinals back in 2005. came up last year and has stuck this year. Three nothing Dodgers in the seventh. Kershaw at second. Tony Gwynn with one out trying to pick him up. Fastball missed. Sanchez as Justin Seller getting a massage from Matt Kemp. Everyone is so delighted for him. One ball and no strikes to Glenn, who is 0 for 3. A shot up the middle. Base hit. Kershaw looks over his shoulder, keeps on coming. The throw is off the plate. Clayton scores. Down to second goes Glenn. Dodgers lead 4-0. The run is charged to Westbrook. 4 runs, 7 hits for the Dodgers. No runs, 4 hits for the Cardinals. So the Dodgers wind up with 4 runs and 6 hits against the starter Westbrook, as Kershaw carries in the run. Now the batter, Elian Herrera. So Tony Gwynn, base hit, run batted in. Elian Herrera hitting .250, is 1 for 3. On 1. Eduardo Sanchez, about 5'11", 170. He's only 23 years old. No balls and 1 strike. Fastball and a curveball. They say he's never developed a changeup. That might have been very close to it. 78 miles an hour. 0-2 the count. Early last year in April, when Ryan Franklin struggled, Sanchez became the closer. Fastball hit down to Tyler Green for the second out on the play. Tony Gwynn advancing to third. And now Bobby Abreu. So 2 fellas from Maracay in Venezuela go head to head in Los Angeles. So Abreu at 38, Sanchez at 23. So you can bet Eduardo certainly knows all about Bobby. And Abreu typifies what the Dodgers did against Westbrook. Abreu has had 3 at-bats, and he has seen 22 pitches. Another note saluting Tony Gwynn. When Kershaw doubled, Tony Gwynn singled up the middle to drive him in. You know what Tony's hitting with runners in scoring position? Boy, would that make his dad proud. He's hitting .533. And ball 1. Talking about numbers of pitches, we mentioned last year Sanchez was the closer, but by the middle of May he was replaced. He had a drop in velocity and an increased number of pitches thrown per inning. Ball 2, 2-0. Eduardo Sanchez, no record. This is only his 3rd game. He only worked 2 innings. Clayton Kershaw, double, scored a run. Rick Honeycutt talking to him. 4-0 Dodgers. Bottom of the 7th. Check swing. Foul back. So last night the Dodgers went up against Lance Lynn, who was 6-1. Tonight they went up against Westbrook, who was 4-2. They couldn't do anything with Lynn in that 9-inning game. But they have Westbrook down 4-0. 2-1 to Abreu. Outside ball 3. So typical. Bobby's making Eduardo work. Three and 1. Fastball fouled away. On our gun here at Dodger Stadium, they said that fastball was 97. Now there's a fella out there 5'11", maybe 170 pounds, hitting 97. Wow. Tony Gwynn down the line from third. 3-2 the count to Abreu. The battle of Maracay right now. Ball 4. So there's Abreu going deep in the count as usual, drawing a walk, and it will bring up Andre Ethier.
For the Dodgers, right fielder number 16, Andre Ethier.
Ethier out on a good play at third by David Freese in the first inning. Doubled the left field, bounced it into the grandstand, and then scored on the error by Matt Carpenter. And last time up, topped the ball out in front of the plate, and Molina nailed him easily. Andre hitting .299. Mr. Extra Base hit. Andre with 12 doubles, a triple, and 8 home runs. Off speed, big, slow breaking ball at 79. 0-1 the count. Abreu at first. 2 out, 2 in. Dodgers 4 runs, 7 hits. Of the 7 hits, they have 4 doubles. Fastball in the dirt, bouncing to the screen. Scoring easily is Tony Gwynn. And down to second goes Bobby Abreu. So Sanchez trying to muscle up on one and throws it away for a wild pitch. Molina had the thing explode when it hit the heel of his mitt. It almost went over the screen. Almost. It was that high in the air. Now hold everything. Derek Lilliquist will go out to try and settle down young Sanchez. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Andre Ethier. If you weren't with us throughout the game, it was no score in the 4th inning. But Lance Berkman hurt his right knee stretching for a throw to end the 3rd inning. And with his history and having had surgery on the ACL, Lance, obviously in pain, was helped off the field. Matt Carpenter took over, and in the 4th inning, with runners at second and third, Kennedy hit a sharp ground ball. Matt Carpenter tried to backhand it, went off the glove into right field, and 2 runs scored. That's off speed for a strike. Dodgers led 2-0 coming into this inning. They had a home run by Sellers, a double by Kershaw, a single by Gwynn, who is wild pitched home. Abreu now at second base. 1-2. And that's a little flare foul. Five runs, 7 hits, and an error for the Dodgers. Dodgers trying to make it 3 in a row. Clayton Kershaw trying to win his 4th. trying to go 4-2 lifetime against St. Louis. And Tony Gwynn perspiring freely has 1 for 4, has scored a run and knocked one in. Abreu at second base as Ethier rattles one down into the Cardinal dugout. Andre hitting .299. One and two. And under the glove, through into center field. So Abreu will score. Dodgers lead 6-0. And Andre Ethier gets another run batted in. That ball went just under the glove of Eduardo Sanchez. So Sanchez has given up a couple of hits. 2 runs. Dodgers lead 6-0. Bobby Abreu back in the dugout. The concluding game of this 3-game series will be Kyle Loesch and Chad Billingsley. Dodgers trying for a 3-game sweep of the Cardinals. Kennedy foul back, out of play, 0-1. Last time the Dodgers had a 3-game sweep here against St. Louis was June of 2010. But they still have a lot of work ahead of them. Kennedy struck out twice, reached on the error. That ground ball off the glove of Matt Carpenter. 0-1. Fouled away. By the way, Andre Ethier getting the base hit to score Abreu. It means that Andre, with runners in scoring position, is now hitting .368. And with 1 RBI tonight, he is 36. 0-2 to Adam Kennedy. So the life of a ball player. Adam last night 4 hits and a walk. Tonight 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Ball 1. When the Cardinals come up in the 8th inning, they are due to have Shane Robinson, the center fielder. Then I assume a hitter for Eduardo Sanchez and Rafael Furcal. Rafael struggling so far in this series, and you know how badly he wants to do well. 1-2. Oh, what a great off-speed breaking ball. Kennedy started to run up in the box. But the big story in the Dodger dugout, Justin Sellers took one just over the left field wall, right by Muscle Milk. And watching Matt Kemp, the Dodgers lead 6-0. inning. Scott Van Slyke will take over in left field for Bobby Abreu. We understand his dad, Andy, is here watching his son play, so it's good that Scott got back in the game. By the way, and I'm really surprised that I had never heard of this before. Maybe the subject has never came up before. It started talking about Dale Long, a left-handed first baseman who hit a home run in 8 consecutive games. And I mentioned that Branch Rickey tried to make a left-handed catcher, but the experiment didn't work. And then I said I don't believe there's ever been a left-handed catcher in the major leagues. Chopper up the middle, backhanded by Herrera, and the throw is late. Great effort by the second baseman, Shane Robinson, who really motors, gets himself an infield single despite the fine play by Herrera. Tony Cruz, right-hand batter, will be coming up now to hit for Sanchez. Anyway, then Joseph Garcia III twittered and gave us the name of Jack Clement, or Clement, who was a left-handed catcher, but he was catching before 1900. But now, from Twitter, we get the name Benny DiStefano. This really is a surprise. He caught 3 games for Pittsburgh left-handed. 0-1 to Cruz. So Benny DiStefano caught 3 games for Pittsburgh in 1989, and he was left-handed. That's great. Thanks so much for going to the trouble. Believe me. Appreciate it. Hard ground ball to Kennedy, down to Herrera, who gets it over to Loney. So Cruz bangs into the double play. 2 nice plays by Herrera. One to get the ball and one to turn the DP. So Kershaw, leading 6-0, has 2 quick outs. And the batter now, Rafael Furcal. Furcal flied to left. Good catch by Bobby Abreu. Grounded to third and struck out. Last night he went 0 for 3. He did have a sacrifice fly. So Rafael is 0 for 6, and he will be 0 for 7. And that'll be that in the 8th inning. And at the end of 7 1/2, Dodgers leading handily 6-0. KCAL 9 is brought to you by Carl's Jr. $6 burgers made with 100% Black Angus beef, and by Dodge. Visit us at Dodge.com or see your local dealer today. Dodgers leading 6-0, bottom of the 8th inning, and here's what's coming up. Tomorrow at 5 p.m., an ESPN game. Then the Dodgers go over to Arizona. There'll be 3 6:30 games. The first one on Prime Ticket, and the next 2 Tuesday and Wednesday nights at KCAL. Dodgers just sailing along. They're trying to make their home record 18-4, which is somewhat breathtaking. The most home victories for any team outside of the Dodgers would be 14 for the Washington Nationals and for Tampa Bay. But the Dodgers on the edge of going 18-4. They're break even on the road. Meanwhile, a new battery, Tony Cruz, who hit for Sanchez, stays in the game behind the plate. They give Molina some time off. And here is Brandon Dixon, big boy out of Montgomery, Alabama, 6'5", 190, right-handed all the way. James Loney takes a breaking ball strike. Loney is flied to center, flied to left, grounded to first. Fastball fouled away, so James in a hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Brandon Dixon in high school, being 6'5", you'd expect it. He lettered 4 years in baseball, basketball, and football. He went to Tusculum College in Tennessee and played baseball there. 0-2. So for the Cardinals, Westbrook, Sanchez, and now Dixon. For the Cardinals, even if they slow up this early in the year, they just look back to that rather amazing charge they made at the end of last year. Tony La Russa and the boys coming from nowhere to win it all. So Mike Matheny has plenty of history to spur on the Cardinals. 1-2 to Loney. The Cardinals came into this game 5 games above 500, but they will have lost 7 of the last 9. So all of a sudden they're struggling in 3 straight. And Loney drives it to the gap, and there's nobody there. It'll go to the wall. And James on his way, and it's another double for the Dodgers. A reminder, you can follow the Dodgers with MLB.com at bat 12 for your iPhone, iPad, BlackBerry, Android, and Windows Mobile. You get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and so much more. Text at bat to 31826 or visit Dodgers.com for details. For the Dodgers, they're double trouble again tonight. They've had 5 doubles and a home run. The 6 of their 9 hits extra bases. A.J. Ellis has 2 doubles and grounded out. Four runs charged to Westbrook, 2 runs charged to Sanchez. Fastball sliced down the right field line. Beltran over, tagging up as Loney. Beltran for the catch, and James just moves over unmolested. So Ellis, good bit of hitting, going the other way, moving his man to third, and the players in the dugout appreciate it. He'll get some 5s. So here is Justin Sellers, grounded to short, struck out, and then hit a home run in the 7th inning. That's when Matt Kemp was doing all the cheerleading. Infield has to play up. Sellers with the home run has that RBI. Little ground ball to short. Furcal looks and throws him out. So Loney waiting now for Kershaw. So young Sellers, and you just figure with a young ball player, he's hit a home run. There's no way he's going to get deep into the count next at bat. So Kershaw. Off speed and away. Clayton is 1 for 3, the first extra base hit of his career. A long fly ball off the glove of Matt Holliday. Two and 0. Clayton not overpowering, just really pitching tonight. He has struck out 4. He has not walked anybody, and now leading 6-0. Right. The paid attendance tonight, 39,383. 39,383. Scoreless for 3. Dodgers scored 2. Chopper up the middle, backhanded by Tyler Green. That's the inning. So the Dodgers leave Loney at third. And at the end of 8, Dodgers 6, Cardinals nothing. Nothing. In his career, half a dozen complete games with 3 shutouts, and he's 3 outs away from adding to that. Standing in his way, Carlos Beltran, Matt Holliday, and Matt Carpenter. Carlos Beltran is 1 for 3. Hit the fly ball to left. It was a little confusing. Sellers went out. Abreu came in. Bobby juggled and dropped it for the error. Then Beltran doubled to right and grounded to third. Sellers on that play took a page out of D. Gordon, going way out into left field. High fly ball down the line. Coming over in the corner is Van Slyke. Leans in, but no play. Justin Sellers hollering at Scott Van Slyke, giving him a bad time and making Scott smile. Of course, Justin's full of beans always, but especially tonight after that home run. 0-1 to Beltran, hitting .300. Way out in front of a good changeup. Kershaw has made 106 pitches, and he's in the ninth. In the dirt. 1-2. The Cardinals have really been stopped dead in the water. They had Molina at second with 2 out in the second inning. Beltran doubled in the third, and that's it. They haven't had a man to third base. Ball 2. Javi Guerra begins to either play catch or warm up just in case. 2-2. Ground ball to the left of Sellers. That'll do it for Beltran. One away in the 9th inning. The batter will be Matt Holliday. Hit the ball very hard twice. Lined out to right field. Once in the corner with Ethia running parallel to the bullpen gate. And then later going back in front of the scoreboard. Last time up, Matt singled. Grounds one to the hole. Base hit. So he went to the right side 3 of his 4 times, and he winds up going 2 for 4. But Kershaw kept it in the ballpark and now faces Matt Carpenter. Lance Berkman started, popped a short. He was 0 for 1. And then just stretching for a throw, the right knee, which had undergone surgery several years ago, seemed to give way. He jumped in the air in pain and had to leave the game. Ball 1. We did a little research on Benny DiStefano, the left-handed catcher who caught 3 games from Pittsburgh. First of all, he was born in Brooklyn. Maybe that figures. Fastball, ball 2. Secondly, he went to Lafayette High School in Brooklyn. That's the school that produced Sandy Koufax. You're right. He played 240 games in the big leagues, playing for the Pirates and Astros. And when he caught the 3 games, he was 22. 22 in 1984, so he'd be 50. Benny DiStefano. Have to try and remember that. A left-handed catcher. Meanwhile, 2-1 the count to Matt Carpenter. They're not going to hold Holliday. Fastball fouled away. Good one. Kershaw, here he is on his 114th pitch, and he hit 92 on the gun. 1 out. Now Honeycutt on the phone. I mean, they don't want Kershaw to push himself, leading 6-0. 2-2 to Carpenter. Off speed, a change at 74, very high. So 116 pitches now. That's not the normal route. His high 113 against Washington. Foul back. 117 pitches. Matt Carpenter is 0 for 2, struck out and flied to right. Clayton last year had 2 shutouts and 5 complete games. This could be it. Herrera to Sellers to Loney, and the Dodgers have won their 3rd in a row. 4th career shutout, first since June of last year. His 7th complete game. He made a total of 117 pitches. For the Cardinals, they had no runs, 6 hits. They committed 2 errors and did not get a man to third base. The Dodgers, 6 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error. Westbrook, the loser, he is now 4-3. Westbrook made 109 pitches. Kershaw is now 4-1, 2-1 against the Cardinals, 4-2 lifetime. And remember, it was against the Cardinals here, May the 25th, when Clayton Kershaw made his major league debut in 2008. And with that, we'll wish you all a very